of things we know.
Welcome to Foggy Dogs. I'm Paul.
I'm Johnny.
Super exciting news. We just got a new studio. And as you can hear, my chair is super creaky, but it's super comfortable.
Yep, new studio means lots more space and a lot more time to get you guys the newest content that we can get you. We've been gone for a little while, and this is the result of it, is we got more space and more time on our hands to do this.
So I'm just super excited that we're back, that we're bringing you some great new stuff. I know we got a few things lined up that I know you are all going to enjoy.
Indeed, and today is one of those things, and we have a special little thing for our What Are We Vaping On today, because we're actually moving into another category of vaping. But today, we are working on the Dead Rabbit RTA.
Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it.
Let's jump inside. Gunmetal. And it does come with the two glasses. You've got the smooth glass, which has apparently been washed recently, and the bubble glass. Since how I have already one set up, we'll just go through it briefly on their setup. Going into the box, which my compatriot has decided to not be. Oh, there's the bubble glass. Found it. You'll get the bubble glass, your secondary glass. You'll get another drip tip, an adapter for your smaller drip tips, and you get a whole bunch of O-rings. You know, that's kind of ridiculous, as I don't even exactly know what that one is for, because I haven't seen that anywhere in there. You get a Dead Rabbit sticker. I love that about Dead Rabbit. The sticker, and then of course your user manual is in the bottom, which it almost always is. Half of this is not in English. Actually, whoa, more than half of this is not in English. So you get one page of English. It's the culprit hand. First impressions, these guys come with two custom drip tips. I love that about them, and they're both pretty nice drip tips. I like both that came on mine, and both that came on his are pretty sweet too. It's got a pretty cool red. But I think the second one is universal though, because I think that one is black and white. Is that the same? Yep, it is. So both of ours are, the secondary drip tips are going to be black and white. So to start taking this guy apart, you start with the top cap. And then this section all together, usually, we'll unscrew. There we go. There we go. And there is your infamous Dead Rabbit build deck with the rabbit ears and all. I think we are going to set you up with... You doing smooth glass today?
Yeah, let's do the smooth glass.
Okay, we're doing smooth glass. I'll set that aside over here. Breaking it down even a little bit more. Your chimney comes right apart too, usually. Sometimes.
Does it?
It should.
I didn't think it did.
Yeah, it should. Oh no, that's right. This one's machined. Okay, never mind. So that is a machined chimney piece. One piece. That's pretty crazy. I thought that actually came apart. Okie dokie. Moving on, back to this guy. We are going to do a basic build on this guy today. Where did my... There they are. We will be running the Fuse Claptons. They're a 0.2 build for prepare, obviously, and they're from Kidney Puncher. Yes, we cheat. These are pre-made. Can't do everything all at the same time. All right. Now we're going to grab mod. Grab my mod. Set that guy down, and we're gonna screw this guy down. Get in there. Tips and tricks so far, stuff I've found building and rebuilding this so far. Make sure that you get your coils low, because they're gonna sit on top. You want these as low as possible. Otherwise, you're gonna get whistle, and that is super annoying. Anytime that you're trying to vape, and all of a sudden your vape just goes. It's like no. I don't find that attractive. So, let's find my little there we go. That's my tools. Alright, take a couple things apart here. These are flatheads that come on it. Just loosen them up. And obviously, positive, negative, negative, positive. Do not go this, or this. That's a very bad idea. It's here and here and here and here. Don't ask me how I know that. You'll get a very, very tragic story.
Boom.
Not so much boom, but it wasn't, let's just say it wasn't something I'd like to repeat. Okay, we gotta figure out how much of this we need to trim before we actually manage to get it in there. A lot. Okay. So we're gonna start with a lot. Just about like so. You guys shoot yourself with leads. That's tradition around here. All you noobs. Your vape will not work correctly unless you shoot yourself with the leads. Right, Paul?
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, just so everybody's clear. So you are going to want to get that low to the build deck. Then what I like to do is I like to get it as low as I can get it, about like there. I'll tighten this side down real quick, and then we'll do a manual adjustment from there. So long as I'm not touching anywhere I shouldn't be. It doesn't look like I am. Alright, drop that guy down a little bit. Alrighty. I should be able to drop that side down now. There we go. Make sure you turn down your wattage on your device before you go to fire any coils of any kind. And make sure you're not touching anywhere where you shouldn't be. Meaning the coil's touching any part of the deck that is exposed, or touching coil to coil. That would be awful.
Oof.
That's how you get fused coils.
Yay. Extra fused Claptons.
Extra fused.
Hey Johnny, how do you like your coils?
Extra crispy. I appreciate it. All right. Double check your work. Always double check your work. Woo! Hot spots. Hot and spot. There's some arcing going on. We got hot spots all over the place. Stretch these out just a little bit. Oh, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Ooh. No, not quite. Not quite. There it is. Just like that. We're going to let these cool, and then we're going to come back to the wicking process. Cotton. Cotton threads is what we're wicking with today. And now that we're done singing Mulan and letting our coils cool down, we will get right down to this. Alright. So, try to go through this kind of quickly. This is how we wick it. We're done. Okay, we're going home. No, I'm kidding. Please do not try to vape that.
Please don't hurt yourself.
We claim no responsibility for your dumbass mistakes. Even if we may have enticed them. Okay. Now, a lot of people say that there's no real good way to do your trimming. When you're trimming the length. I like to go right along the bottom here and then kind of stretch that down at an angle and go like this if I don't hook everything in the way. So there we go. Just like so. And then you take the little extras like so.
Give it a little haircut, shampoo.
Don't forget the conditioner. Which we're getting to in a moment. Now, with this one, I do find it is best to like really make sure that you comb this out well, because you don't want a lot of cotton, because the way this is set up, you have to drop the ends of the cotton down into this little like opening right here, and then your juice actually will fill into this slot on the side. And I think you can get it on the camera. It's right there. And there's the opening. So I know a lot. I've seen some people have some issues wicking RTAs that are like this, i.e. the Mod Father.
Let's not get started on that one.
But, so you just kind of tuck that down in there. You're going to want to spread out so that you're not overlapping the channel when you go underneath. I just like to give a little poke. A little poke. Another little poke. And make sure it's still fluffy and not compacted, otherwise it won't wick. Promise.
Sounds like you know that from experience, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Well, it took me about 3 times to actually get this correct. But as long as you do it this way, you shouldn't have any problem. But a lot of people are like, wow, you're taking off a lot of cotton. Yeah, you need to. The Blitzen from Geek Vape is also like that, where you need to just take out a lot.
Do I hear another review idea?
I believe so. Matter of fact, I've got one in my toolbox.
Right on.
There you go, people. Looks like we've got our next RTA review. Which is actually kind of comparable to this anyway, so maybe in the future there'll be a comparison video between the two. Alright, so we're done with the wicking, and this is what you should have at the end. And you can see down here in the edges, you can see the cotton is poking through the opening down into the tray. I'm pretty sure you can see that on the camera. Anyway, so we're going to move forward into our juicing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. It'll be in all of our videos. Get used to it.
That's for legal purposes. But today we're using Redwood Saplings Cathedral Iced. We actually just met the guy who he was part of the company. He's out here. He just came up from California all the way up to Montana and sold his juice to our local vape shop. Once again, Mountain Man Vapor. And this juice, let me tell you, is one of the craziest things I have ever seen in the juice world. And I should have taken a picture of it earlier, of what it can do. and what it is capable of. This, I'm not going to tell you what flavor it is. I'm going to tell you, go buy some. Go buy yourself a bottle, or figure out who can get you a bottle and try it. And try to figure out what flavors you can taste. Because I guarantee you, it will not be the same as what I taste, or what Paul tastes, or what anybody else is tasting.
It is definitely a magical juice from a magical man
Named Unicorn.
Oh yes.
Yeah, literally the dude's named Unicorn. But I took this. He was, you know how salesmen get. They get all, crazy, and they start doing crazy things and showing what their products can do. Well, then I decided, he said this can clean coils. So I went and cleaned a really, really raggedy set of coils with it. And they looked like I could do a review with them. I was astounded at how clean and how efficient this juice vapes, as well as what it can do for your gear. It's just good for your vape in general. And it tastes fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Best tasting juices I've ever tasted. So you might be seeing a lot more of Redwood juices from us. Once again, we aren't sponsored.
Maybe in the future, but
I would love to be sponsored by these guys. These guys are awesome. All right, so I'm going to do our quick burn off. And then we will first off drop that wattage.
Mm-hmm.
Because it likes to reset on me. Okay. Okay, boom, just like so. We'll finish our juice fill. Oh, come on. I don't want to deal with that. Alright, so we're gonna get sketch. We're gonna get sketch.
Welcome to Sketchtown.
This is how you scare all your vape friends. Please do not do this the way that I am doing it unless you know what you're doing. I guess the only way to do that would be to try it. But even still, I don't recommend doing what I do because okay.
We don't talk about that.
I'm a boss. I'm a boss. Alright. Top cap. Screws right back in. She's ready to vape. So this is us loving our new studio.
Yeah.
Because there's no more plastic table or nasty ass backdrop of the wood paneling in my old trailer.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
That place was nuts. We're gonna release a blooper reel of all the wrongs that happened at that trailer.
So many.
So many wrongs. But without further ado, let's hit these and we'll talk about them a little bit.
What are we hitting at?
I'm at 130.
All right, I'll match you. I'll match you.
Oh, it'll do it.
It'll get you there and back again.
Not about back again, but definitely there and back.
All right. Oh, yes.
Those are nice.
Yeah. Mine's whistling a little bit, but honestly, I don't mind the attention.
The way these are set up, they're not going to be a huge cloud machine, but the flavor is almost RTA level of flavor.
It's intense.
It's good. It's really good.
It's great.
It's great.
It's great.
I was actually talking a little while ago, I don't know if you remember, about changing our rating scale a little bit. We're going to start doing 1 through 10s with points in between.
Mm-hmm.
So decimal 0.5, 0.6, you can get a little bit touchy with it.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I do really like about the Dead Rabbit over, say, the Creed, okay, and we all know that I love the Creed,
Oh yeah.
is actually the top airflows. The top airflows on these are really, really nice, and it does not leak at all.
Like,
Yeah, you can turn these upside down, and will not leak.
Like, I will hold this here for the rest of the episode, and
It won't leak.
it won't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to, but I will.
You don't have to.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, so as far as being an everyday, I would highly recommend because you're not going to have leaking issues. And once you have mastered the wicking, it'll never give you issues. I beat this thing up for about, what was it, 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's
Almost 3 weeks. I've been using it non-stop. And I'm still running the same coils. That's what I was talking about with redwood.
Mm-hmm.
Redwood juices. The coils that I actually cleaned earlier were these.
They were literally
Black.
those
They're
nasty, picture those nasty coils, you know, that you've had in there for a week, and the sugariest juice that you have, and you've been running it for the whole week, and it's just encapsulated in a black, crusty cocoon of grossness. That was his coils.
They are clean. They are as clean as the ones that are in his now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was running about 5 different kinds of juices on this coil. And that redwood took it right off.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to the RTA itself. Aesthetically, depending on which color you get, it is a very pleasing mod.
Mm-hmm.
I like rainbow stuff, so rainbow.
The gunmetal is definitely my style. It's flashy and yet plain in its own way. It's not drawing too much attention to it, but it'll get you there. It doesn't need to show how it performs. It'll perform and show you what it is.
As far as an overall rating, one thing that I will take points away for on the Dead Rabbit is wicking. Wicking can be kind of a pain in the ass with these because of that little opening you have to feed them through, and that cotton has to be so thin. But you can't get it too thin. And then you get really juicy hits.
Mm-hmm.
Really juicy hits. So there's a really fine line right in between. It really does strike a chord with me, much like the Modfather RTA does, which will be coming up again soon as a part of one of our comparison videos on current RTAs. Another little gripe I have. There's a technical gripe. The way that this connects together, I showed you those grooves. Okay, that locking mechanism that is actually when you screw this the bottom piece back down to the chimney and the glass, it's like spring loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to push on that thing and twist. Otherwise, it does not go on correctly at all. Make sure you know where the sweet spot is, because you will need it. That would take a good point off of it for me though, because between the only thing that it really loses is its the way it rebuilds. Like it's kind of a pain that way, because it's kind of time consuming. But once it's together, the outcome is worth every second that you spend on the build table. So, and not to mention, you don't really have to, if you're using Cathedral, you don't have to re-wick very often. Mm-hmm. So,
as far as my grapes go, I love and I hate the top airflow. You can't really purge your on a cold hit. Otherwise, it's just blowing you right. It's just blowing right in your face. Trust me, I know. I spent a week purging right into my nose, and it just wasn't fun.
I hadn't thought about that, but I don't purge.
Yeah, I coming from the hive going to this, I was purging a lot on cold hits, and so it would just hit me in the face every time. So that's my one big gripe. Other than that, the rebuildability is a little more technically inclined. You definitely got to know what you're doing, and you definitely got to take your time with it. It's not going to be a fast rebuild. You're not going to be able to throw this thing together in 30 seconds. No. Trust me. I've tried.
No. This is, I would say, as far as wicking goes, it's not going to be nearly as easy as some of the other RTAs out there. The Creed is pretty easy. Mm-hmm. It's not the easiest, but it is pretty easy. The Hive is not easy.
No.
But this is somewhere between, I would say, probably like the Blitzen and Modfather, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere between Blitzen and Modfather. As far as, so, I would say intermediate build skill required. But other than that, I'm going to go with probably about a 7. A 7 out of my 10. What do you say?
I'd give it about an 8.5. Honestly, it is. It's one of my favorite RTAs. I mean, and that's saying something. You know, Hive has definitely got my 9, but this will take my 8.5.
Yeah, we all know which RTA got my 10. So yeah, and that's with a couple gripes. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, stay tuned. We will be coming back with some other things. What are we vaping on today? Well, I'm actually vaping on this because this is what I rebuilt before we started even. So he was. Did you forget your thing?
I did forget my thing. Give me a second.
Amateurs, I swear. I'm surrounded by amateurs. Talking about space, he's like 3 rooms over now. Like, way over there somewhere. Found it. I found it. Say hello to my pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the MyPod. This is one of the new. This is a newer pod system used for salt nicks, and I don't know. I've ever since I got my first pod system, which was the Vagon from Soren, I just kind of got hooked on them. And after that, after I had the Vagon, I had the iShare, and now I am way hooked on this. Not only is it super flashy, but the performance is incredible. And bonus points, it comes with an awesome ass lanyard.
All flashy aside, I actually have a MyPod as well. But kind of a micro review within the review. Great, fantastic battery life.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic battery life.
It has been 3 days since I've had to charge this thing.
It's all you really need. And we run a vape review channel. You think we don't vape all day? We vape all day. All day. So it's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Foggy Dogs.
Signing off.